Okay, the last thing I want to show you is with dimensioning. Dimensioning with all these parts here, there's certain shortcuts that I'm going to show you that uh, will really help you out along the way with getting proper dimensions and making it a little bit easier for you to dimension this entire thing. First thing I'm going to show you is the hole and thread feature at the top. The hole and thread feature allows you to click on a hole. As long as you use the hole or thread instead of extruding down a circle, you'll be able to use this. It has the hole call out, so you can see it has 1/4 inch 20 UNC 2B, and here I can actually even say times 2. So that times 2 is saying that there's 2 of them. If you did a regular hole instead of a threaded hole, you can take a look at what it looks like here. Let's go. You can see it. This one, it says it goes down 0.13, or it has a diameter of 0.13, and it goes down 0.13. Now that's not exactly accurate there, right? Remember, we have to go up to Manager, go Stylize Editor, and we are going to go where it says Dimensions, Default ANSI, and change our precision. We're going to go 3. Actually, we'll go 4 without any trailing zeros. Alright, so there you can see it actually goes down 0.1, or it has a diameter of 0.125, and it goes down 0.125. Now, if you did not end up using the actual hole feature and you actually made a circle and then extruded downwards, it's okay. It's not the preferred method, but you can always go through and type it in yourself. You say hide dimension text. You can click on the symbols here, diameter of 0.125, and here is the depth of 0.125. So you can actually go ahead and type it in if you need to, but again, that's not the preferred way to go about it. Alright, preferred way would be using that hole and thread dimension. Now, this next part, I want you to be cautious about how you use this dimension. So far we've just used dimension and hole and thread. Now I've talked about datum dimensioning and baseline dimensioning. They're the same term for this. Alright, you actually can see something that says baseline dimension. Alright, from there, if I actually wanted to dimension this part here, and say I want to start it off dimensioning it from the front back to the over to the back, I can click on this front line right here, and remember we're dimensioning 2 center lines of our holes. I'm going to click right over here. I'm going to go right here and right there. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 dimensions here. If I right click and then I say continue after this, I go up a little bit and I want to click once and then right click and then say create, you'll see it comes up with 1, 2, 3, 4 dimensions there for my part. Now, this is a very useful tool. It'll help you save some time, but you also have to be cautious about it. For instance, you don't want to just say, I want to get as many dimensions as possible. I'm just going to click all these guys here. Why not that line too? And say continue. You'll see I have a huge bunch of dimensions, and this is not the appropriate way to dimension this drawing. So you still need to put some thought into exactly how you want something to be dimensioned, and you really need to take care on the proper way to dimension. But this is a useful tool for you to be using, and you guys have had that great experience so far dimensioning, You guys have done a great job so far, so I figured I'd show you that great tool. There's also chain dimensioning. If you wanted to do chain dimensioning, you'll see it comes up with a chain. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of chain dimensioning. There are situations where it is appropriate and isn't appropriate. For this particular working drawing, it's going to be baseline, hole and thread, and regular dimensions. Alright, so you should have enough knowledge now to go ahead and move forward and finish up this part. And again, I have the working drawings up on Edmodo to help you out to see if you have any sort of missing dimensions. Alright, take care.